Hi, Mayor. Welcome. Thanks for being here today. Today, we're diving into the launch of the Pickspace AI and Property podcast. We're going to explore what inspired it, what listeners can expect, and why it's a must listen for anyone in the property management world. So, for those who don't know yet, can you just tell us a bit about your journey in the real estate tech space and what led you to start Pickspace?
Yes. And first of all, I'm so excited to finally launch this podcast about property management, AI, how to bring all three amazing things together: real estate, technology, and people. So, very excited. And a little bit about us, how we started. Originally, I'm a lawyer. I did also my master in law, but worked in a property management company. And hustle a lot on excluding and extracting everything from contracts, pay PDFs, notes, and a lot of manual work in order to put it in different accounting systems. So payments will get in, rent collection will be automated, but it was a lot of manual work and a lot of hustle. And this is what we came to solve with Pickspace. We basically automate the whole life cycle of property management, from leasing to smart contracts to the day-to-day rent collection, accounting, and maintenance requests, and vendor management, and a lot of things. Just think about the whole cycle. And we brought it into one system that can manage all different type of real estate, from commercial, residential, malls, shopping centers, and also co-working spaces and co-living. And so we have it all in one place, operating already in many countries: the US, coast to coast, Canada, Mexico, the Latin America area, and also the Middle East.
Perfect. And what excites you most about where property management industry is heading today?
So I think the most exciting things is that we could do everything that we do today just with no human touch. So I love to see how steps that we do usually manually will automate it.
So, what kinds of conversations are you hoping to create here on this podcast that you are feeling are missing in the industry?
So I think in this specifically podcast, we're trying to bring in unique voices and opinions and also knowledge of different type of people, potentially property managers, potentially landlords, potentially from big clients that manage huge portfolios to small businesses, small medium businesses. We want to see how they manage, how they looking into things, what their approach, how they planning to adopt AI with their operation. And then other people who listen to their approach and their thoughts could take their action items and decide how to do it themselves. So the idea is to bring more knowledge, to bring more the how-to, some practical how-to handbooks for you, our listeners, to use.
Great. And who would you say is the ideal listener? And what do you hope they'll take away from each episode?
Our ideal listeners will be property managers across the US, Latin America, the Middle East, and other locations in the world, including Asia and the Philippines, because we operate in all these continents and countries. However, we're looking to focus on property managers, landlords, people that own from 5 units up to 10,000 units. So some of the episodes will be more tailored to big landlords and large groups that holds a lot of different type of real estate. Sometimes we'll have episodes on retail and mall management systems, and sometimes on co-working, and sometimes on residential, and of course also on commercial and offices. So some of our listeners, it will all be your topic because you're managing all, and some of them you'll want to listen to the maybe more tailor-made co-working aspects or residential aspect or commercial aspects. So you choose what you want to listen to.
So it sounds like you'll have guests from all different sizes of property management companies to come on.
Yes, and all different property types: commercial, residential, co-working, retail, and malls, shopping centers, etc.
So, for those listeners, can you share some topics or challenges that they will hear and explored on the show?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people challenge to collect their rent on time, and they look for different ways to expedite it and to approve it and to monetize it even. And I think we're going to cover that. So rent collection will be big. And we have a lot of tips, a lot of ideas of how to automate it, how to even start making money on rent collections, and how to use software that allows you to rev share with them in order to collect your rent. So we'll cover the rent collection. If we want to cover the whole maintenance request, even different tools that you can use, etc. Another topic that it's really upcoming to be a big one will be the smart contract. A lot of people use DocuSign, or there are a lot of people that still use regular papers and bringing people to sign the contract, which is also fine. But I think in 2025, we could find a little bit more advanced way to do so. And we're going to cover it as well. So all the smart contract, AI contract, how to deal with that. Other than that, all the vendor management. A lot of people getting a lot of hassles around that vendor management. Another big thing on our show will be all the invoices, payment processors, how to make money on it. We covered that as well. Another topic that we're going to cover is different real estate types. We'll see how to manage all under one roof as well, and what's the ideas of different people, how different companies do it today. And we're going to hear, we're going to listen, we're going to have some tips and a lot of tools to allow you to be better at what you do, be more automated, be more efficient. And a smart person told me once, every property management company wants to be efficient, lazy, and rich. So we'll try to get you to up to speed with that.
So, you'll have guests coming on and they'll be able to share what their current processes are and be able to give listeners different insights into how people are running their businesses currently, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So, you'll be bringing on these leaders from property management companies as guests. What would you say is in it for them? Why should they want to be part of this conversation?
People like to share their knowledge. These are like people that did a thing or two in their lives, and I think they're ready to like share it with other people. I don't think it's a lot about like competition or so. It's more about, hey, I think we figured it out. There are so many, real estate types and units to manage and doors to manage. Let's share a little bit of how we do it for the field to grow. A lot of people share it anyways in summits and in real estate conference. I think on the show, it will bring their voice to a little bit more day-to-day property management companies, and they will be able to take, in summit and conferences, you usually give only the high level. And in podcasts, you can drill down a little bit into how to use it and how to take it into your organization and enjoy it. So I think people like to share. People like to talk about what they do and how they do it. And we'll be here to bring this all together and to share it with you.
And are there any themes or recurring questions that you're especially eager to ask your guests?
So I think AI will be a big part of it now with the new tools that come in every, Monday and Friday. We want to see how different people and different organizations look at it and what they think is the right tool for them. And I think we're going to get, even when it's the same question, I think we're going to get a lot of different answers. So that will be one that gives us a little bit more of an interesting topic there, the AI. And that's why the podcast is around property management and AI, and point that will bring a lot of valuable knowledge to people.
What are some of the biggest operational or technology pain points you've seen property management companies facing today?
Personally, as a lawyer in residence, I think the biggest one is the contract phase. A contract is a very manual procedure today, and I think everything is hidden in that moment. Once you do the contract, once you make it smart and more AI futuristic contract, you still keep it very simple, but you bring in the system to gather the information about where the tenant is about to be, how much he's going to pay, what all their setup is going to be, like late payment fees, different services, what's the rent increase will be in year 1, year 2, year 3. And I think this specific topic doesn't get enough of attention. And once people understand that everything that happens in property management starts and ends with that contract and how smart a contract will help the whole industry, I think that will be a win. A lot of people still, like most of the property management companies I'm talking to, a lot of them still use PDFs, send contract, bring people to sign it. And this costs a lot to the whole industry, bringing people to sign something. Now someone needs to go over it page by page, extract all the important information. Now they need to type it into one system, to Excel, into another system, into another system. It's really messy and it's not the way to work. And I think once we cut through that topic, I think people will understand that everything lays there and we can automate a lot in the property management industry with solving just this.
Well, I love how you're using the podcast not just to share insights, but to learn really from all these different industry leaders and learn about what they're doing within their own property management business. So this sounds exciting. And, thank you again for your time and congratulations on the launch of the Pickspace AI and Property podcast. We're super excited to hear the upcoming episodes with you and leaders in the property management space.
Yay! We're so happy.